Alright, so our topic of discussion today will be about the oogenesis. Now, oogenesis is actually a process of gametogenesis in the female, where the ovum it actually develops in the course of 28-day cycle. Now, what actually we see here in this particular process is that the female they actually have like a large number of the primary oocyte within their ovary, each of the ovary in a like from their just at the moment of their birth only, means from birth only there is actually mitotic division of the cells are taking place within the ovary, producing a large abundance of the primary oocyte, which are all arrested in the prophase 1. It is also mentioned here, it is all arrested in the prophase 1 state only, all right, and they all are there in the in the outer lining of the entire outer means actually it's the inner lining of uh, the ovary, and it is present there from birth only. So from childhood till the puberty they remain completely inactive, they don't undergo any kind of division, and also they don't even undergo any kind of mitotic division also, because that mitotic division has already occurred and it has completed itself, the all the mitotic division at the time when the baby was within the fetus, all right, and then after that the those each and every of those primary oocyte have switched on, means it triggered the meiotic division, but they just started the process and stopped right there at the very first step, means the prophase 1 only it stopped itself. Okay, now what actually happened during this time is that from puberty what actually happened within the primary oocyte is that the primary oocyte follow that prophase 1 state, means actually it follow the entire meiotic 1 division, and by that meiotic 1 division it actually produces the two cells, the first two cells which are called the secondary oocyte and the first polar body. Now let me explain what is this polar body. It actually is that means in the case of the primary oocyte, it is a diploid structure, so it will undergo after meiotic 1 division it will have two cells having haploid and its copy, haploid chromosome and its copy, isn't it? So in case of the normal meiotic division it is supposed to equally divide into two equal cells, as like whenever we talk about the cell division we always consider that the cells are going to form which are going to be near equal in size and mass and form and everything, right? But in the case of the female, means in the case of this oogenesis, it is actually an unequal division that will take place, and that inequality is actually going to produce a secondary oocyte, and that secondary oocyte is the main cell which will have a haploid nucleus and the entire cellular matrix and every single component that is present there, whereas the first polar body will be the second nuclei, I mean that haploid nuclei that is there, and it will just be covered by a membrane and there is nothing else. Okay, so that means it's a complete wasted, means it's a nuclei that will be rejected. So the the polar bodies are actually the body, means it's just made up of the nuclei with the membrane bound nuclei, and it's going to be rejected from the entire cell. So the cell that is remaining there is the secondary oocyte right there. Now the secondary oocyte will now again get itself arrested in the process. It will enter the meiotic division, but in the metaphase stage only it will just stop itself. Okay, so this halt is just for the sake of the process of means fertilization, because the process complete itself when the cell gets fertilized. Okay, means the secondary oocyte will now, like after the process of fertilization, well I will discuss this process of fertilization in a separate video. So in the time of fertilization, this sperm after entering inside, this actually triggered the completion of the meiosis 2 process. So it is a arrested meiosis 2 will be seen, means the arrest is taking place in the metaphase 2 stage, and then after that if the fertilization does take place, then this entire cell will complete the meiotic division, means meiosis 2 will take place completely, and similar to that of the meiosis 1, again a second polar body is going to be formed here, means See, the meiosis two also have got two nuclear division, isn't it? Means its nuclear divides into two thing. It is already haploid, but the haploid nucleus is always with a copy. So this copy has to be rejected, right? Means copy has to be separated. Now, what will happen here is that the second nuclear set is going to be rejected in the form of the second polar body, and the remaining part is actually going to become the zygote. This zygote is actually the primary zygote, which will now fuse with the means the nucleus of the sperm entering inside, that has entered inside rather, and thus the zygote development will now begin right from there. So what actually happened is that this secondary oocyte that we find here, this secondary oocyte actually after the arrest means it is getting arrested true, but from that particular point of time it will begin the process of its development inside the means inside that ovary in a different manner, and that actually is going to take place in the form of this formation of the follicle, because the structure itself is not alone. Inside the ovary there are steps going on, there are processes going on which ultimately will lead to formation of the or the release even of the secondary oocyte. Okay, so what is going to happen is during this entire period of time, this like process of oogenesis is not only like the process of oogenesis itself, but there is also a follicle development taking place, because this ovum or this like oocyte that is there, it remains inside the follicle, and the follicle it completely develop itself, the follicle grow and enlarge itself, producing many things, and finally will lead to production of this finally this big release of the ovum will take place. So what is happening during that time is there is a primordial follicle which is present before birth, of course. Okay, and this will develop into this, like when the primary oocyte is forming, at the same time the primary oocyte is encased within the primary follicle. This primary follicle after puberty will just keep on developing, means there we see that the meiosis 1 is taking place, formation of the secondary oocyte is taking place, and at the same time the primary follicle itself develop into the growing, like in the Graafian follicles, the structure called the Graafian follicle, and that Graafian follicle formation will take place in a slow and steady manner, taking the entire period of time as it is required. So that is in a way we call the fertility of the female also, because it is like development of all these things are, it has many uses. For example, the growing follicle, like let me just sort it out first, then I'll actually go with another slide and show you the entire thing. So actually what is going to happen there is that the primary follicle after like its growth is written as a growing follicle right here. The fully grown follicle is what is known as the Graafian follicle. So the Graafian follicle after being formed, it will release that secondary oocyte. Okay, that secondary oocyte which is arrested in the metaphase 2 division is going to be released, and that will be known as the process of ovulation, because this is the structure that we call the like the like ovum. Okay, so the ovum is released ready for the process of fertilization, and then that follicle that was like already ruptured, the ruptured follicle which has released the ovum, will now become something called the corpus luteum. So let's see a different picture right here. Okay, so here we can see that the growing follicle is actually developing. Okay, so what we are going to find that if you see the like structure, the microscopic view of this entire thing, we're going to find that the secondary oocyte is there at the center, surrounded by this entire follicle, and the follicle will have a chamber, means a small like chamber development will be there. See, this is a multicellular structure, okay, and this multicellular structure will have many secretions happening inside, and those secretions are actually the female hormone, estrogen. This is the first enzyme, that is like first hormone that is going to be synthesized right there, and the synthesis will take place within this entire structure. We are going to find there is this hollow chamber holding all the estrogen inside, and that chamber is it goes by the name of the antrum, and the antrum will be the one where we are going to find that see here even it is written as the antral follicle. Okay, showing the secondary oocyte right there inside with the corona radiata covering its entire surface, and we are going to find that this entire structure that is right there is actually the antrum, this hollow chamber. The antrum contains a large amount of estrogen, and it is always the case that when it is forming, estrogen will come out of the ovary from there, diffuse out, and it will be taken up by the blood vessel, and definitely will have the entire thing flowing in the entire body. But at the time when this follicle will rupture, the Graafian follicle will rupture, it will release a high quantity of the estrogen. And it is always noticed at this particular point of time of ovulation, or the rupturing of the follicle, is when there is a peak in secretion of the estrogen that is taking place. But once that happens, so the ovary is like, from the ovary this ovum is released, it is captured by the fimbriae, if you remember from the previous video. So fimbriae is capturing it, it's going to stay inside the infundibulum, then slowly moving towards the isthmus. Okay, so that is going to be like the normal movement of the ovum taking place inside the like fallopian tube. But then in the ovary, what is going to happen is the ruptured follicle is going to transform itself into this structure. This is known as the corpus luteum, which will later transform itself into, like, it will regress further. It's actually a regression taking place. So it will regress further into this corpus albicans, and slowly becoming a fat body and gone of the body. All right. So this corpus luteum, it has a second purpose. It's an important purpose even. It releases the second hormone from the female called the progesterone, and the progesterone is responsible for maintaining the pregnancy, because it is during this particular point of time, if the female, if the ovum, it gets fertilized, and the development of the like zygote or the embryo is taking place, then this embryo will definitely go and like fix itself with the surface of the uterus and will grow there, isn't it? But to maintain that total attachment and to maintain the entire period of the gestation, where the uterus will become thick enough and healthy enough that the fetus will be properly nurtured and everything. Okay, so for that entire thing, the one that is necessary is actually the release of the progesterone, and that progesterone release is taking place here majorly, and also there are other organs responsible for the progesterone, like from pituitary also is a little bit of like induction is taking place there for the maintaining of the health and everything. But this progesterone coming out from this corpus luteum is very crucial, and it will maintain its, this release will keep on maintaining itself for the entire period of the gestation. And if the gestation period is not there, means if the follicle or if the ovum is not fertilized, then this entire thing will simply continue regressing itself, and finally means the entire cycle of this uh, development and of the follicle and everything will actually end. So this is actually the entire course of the oogenesis and the development of the follicle inside the ovary, and this is a step that happens, it takes an entire period of 1 month to actually complete itself. In normal case, irregular cases it varies, and if, as mentioned, if there is actually fertilization, then the gestation period, for the maintenance of the gestation period, this particular stage will actually continue itself for even longer period of time.